All right, there we go. Hey everyone, this is Brian. Welcome back to the channel. And this is my first ever music review. All right, enough of that. Today, I'm going to talk about the Jackdaw, a British post-punk band out of Brighton, England, and their hit single, Disappointed. I've seen some recent music reviews that delved into artists who are very well known, like Eminem and his recent deluxe album, whichever one he wanted to release, because I know the Needle Drop dropped about it recently. And, it's for good reason, too. You want to see, if artists like Eminem are still, quote-unquote, sticking to their guns, or if they made any changes for better or worse. But I wanted to do something different. I wanted to talk about groups who didn't have that kind of exposure and see if there was any way to help them out and to, quote-unquote, carry them to the promised land and make a name for themselves. Not only that, it seemed like these kind of critiques were good in terms of saying, okay, what's good about this band? What's not good about this band? What can be improved on? Maybe even offer some ideas for experimentations on tempo changes, key changes, new sounds, etc. That's how we all live, learn, and improve. Now, the Jackdaw is a 5-piece band out of Brighton, England, with all their members, at least according to their Facebook and social media pages, ranging between 16 and 19 years old. You hear that thick British accent from frontman Joe Hayward, who just has a dominating presence when the song is 15 seconds in, and he just dominates it from up until the 2-minute mark. But the music in the background offers a raw, raucous feel, maybe with a hint of metal, hard rock, those kind of elements, while Joe just powers through, just kind of explain what the story is. I saw an internet article from Fred Wayne that described the song as incorporating various emotions. There's a bit of humor here, but it also blends in a bit of anger. And there's also the different musical tastes with a bit of metal in the beginning, and then there's the hard rock elements here and there throughout the song. The song is only about a little over 3 minutes long, and the song structure itself just follows the basic formula of intro, verse, chorus, verse again, chorus again. But the middle of the song, around the 2-minute mark, slows down briefly and then builds up with the guitars, then the bass, you get the vocals and drums playing in the background, and then it just explodes into the climax of the song, which to me seemed like the best gem of the song. We then get a quick descension down from the falling action to the end of the song, where we're left with this ambiguous message, but yet it ends on an ominous note in order to close out the song. The lyrics are meaningful in that they seem to deal with a sort of relationship that maybe one of them had, whether it's a parental kind of relationship, a romantic kind of relationship, or somebody they know, a cousin. But we just know that the character they're referencing is referred to as she. And she seems to fall into this drug problem, or any addiction for that matter. Despite warnings from people she knows, and even religious undertones where God's probably trying to tell her to redeem herself and the devil's quote unquote dragging her to hell, she pretty much just hits rock bottom. And then as we get to the 2-minute mark, and then that build right there, Joe describes her distress and what a mess she ended up becoming. And she just continually falls into this pit of despair. After the climax, and while the guitars are giving us that same raucous feel that we've been feeling since the beginning, Joe kind of describes how he's just trying to call her, even though he's disappointed in her. He's trying to call her to see, what's going on. And that's where the ambiguous message, as well as that ominous note, comes in, where she does not respond. So we don't know whether it's because of an overdose, whether it's suicide, or she's just, quote unquote, turning herself off from the world and just not accepting any help. So there's definitely deep meaning, as well as a good message within the lyrics, albeit the song is definitely very somber, given what it's all about. The good thing about it was they didn't throw just rhymes together just to make it sound cool. I know the Needle Drop was talking about Eminem's recent work, where Eminem was just throwing all sorts of rhymes together just to make it sound cool and something, and it just didn't work out. Let's just say it was crappy. So that was actually a real good thing that they did. They just didn't throw rhymes together just to make it sound cool. They threw a figurative metaphor together, and it made sense, and it just flowed with the song. The YouTube video, which is where I actually heard the song, it's not really much. It's just really I guess their album cover, I suppose. And it just has a kid looking he's screaming bloody murder with these lightning bolts that must have been photoshopped, edited into it. And the band just plays in the background. And that's really about it. There's no lyrics. It's not really a music video. The music definitely has the elements and influences the old school British punk bands, like the Sex Pistols, the Damned, the Clash, etc. I decided to go back and do a comparison listen between this song and like songs from Nevermind the Bollocks from the Sex Pistols and the Clash's self-debut album. And you definitely hear the influences here, albeit the guitars are slightly down-tuned for obvious reasons. So for the last bit of critique, the tempo change and the build-up was very well done. It starts off first with the guitars, then the bass is added to it, the vocals, drums. It starts off very light, very soft, then just crescendos upward, and then just explodes right into the climax of the song. That was very good, and I did say that was the gem of the song. I didn't have any problem with the guitar work or anything thereof, though I will say there was a certain monotony when the same progressions are played over and over again for a good majority of the song. I think if they had done like something like a Tony Iommi as like solo, or just maybe doing something with the lead guitar, I think that would have been a change. And it's something I hope they consider doing, but that's just my opinion. So really overall, that's really about it for me, because the production's very well done. It's very clean. Lyrics tell a meaningful story, and there's a good message within it, and you really hear the potential that these guys have. So overall, I would say this is a good start for the group. I'm feeling an 8 for this one, as there's always room to improve. I'm looking forward to seeing what these guys got in the future. Keep it up, guys. So, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and leave a comment below. I got the links to this band's Spotify page, as well as the YouTube link, so you check them out and show your support. If you enjoyed the content like this, you're welcome to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can see more of this in the near future. You're always welcome to hit me up on social media. I'll leave them down in the description below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe and stay tuned.